Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Glasgow Airport at 12:15 in the morning. What am I up to? Well, I'm heading off to the Czech village of Hrensko, which is about a mile from the German border in the region of Dresden. I'm going there to set up base camp for 1 week. Why am I going there for a week, and why am I going to such a small village? I'll explain that on the second episode of this series of videos. First things first, I need to get there. I booked my accommodation about 2 months ago, and I knew there was also a cheap fare between Edinburgh and Berlin, so I booked that as well, and I thought, now I'll just arrange the bit beforehand and the bit afterwards. What could possibly go wrong? Little did I know it would end up being a 16-hour marathon journey over 7 legs. Part of the problem is it's Sunday night, Monday morning, and I live in Paisley, and between Paisley and Glasgow there is this much public transport. Fortunately, I live about a 20-minute walk to the terminal building here at Glasgow Airport. I'm catching the 1 AM bus into Glasgow, the 2 AM bus from Glasgow to Edinburgh Airport, checking in for the 5:45 flight to Berlin. Now, the first 3 of the 7 legs is straightforward. If something goes pear-shaped, you guys will be the first to know. Otherwise, I'm just going to do a quick travel montage, and I'll see you when we're in Berlin. Fasten your seatbelts, and I'll see you in the fatherland. Welcome to Berlin. That must be some sort of record. From the aircraft door to the front door of the terminal, 10 minutes. Wow, and we arrived 15 minutes early. Okay, I'm going to go now into the city centre to Berlin Hbf. There are 2 types of trains you can get. One's the Airport Express, one's the S-Bahn, but I think it's the same fare and it's about €2.50. But my ticket, railway tickets in Germany, very often have a bonus attached to them. Mine says Berlin plus City, which means it includes a one-way journey from the airport, Zone 3, into the city centre. So let's go.
Eingefahrener Zug auf Gleis 5. Dieser Zug endet hier und fährt als Bahnhof. Übergang zum Regional- und Fernverkehr. Sehr
Geehrte Fahrgäste, aufgrund von Bauarbeiten ist
Okay, here we are at Berlin Hauptbahnhof. That's 4 out of the 7 legs complete. Things start getting interesting from this point on. I gave myself about a 2-hour buffer here at Berlin because I didn't know whether Ryanair would arrive on time, and if it was running late I would miss my last possible train and I'd be snookered. As it turns out, the flight arrived early. Who's ever heard of Ryanair arriving early? I was able to catch an earlier train from the airport here into the city centre. I now have about 2.5 to 3 hours to kill, which isn't a bad thing because I've now been up for 24 hours. I can feel it kicking in. I need a big coffee to get me up to cruising altitude, and I might even have some brunch or lunch. It is 10 AM. Yeah, let's have a lunch. Right, the next train I'm catching is to the city of Decin in Czechia. That's a place I don't actually want to go, but I have to go there, and I'll explain why later. That's leaving at 1 PM. First things first, let's get some food and some coffee. Leg number 5 of this epic journey is from here, Berlin, to Decin in Czechia. Don't particularly want to go there, I have to go there. To get to Hrensko, I need to catch a ferry across the river Elbe, which is an international ferry, which is cool enough. But to do that, I need to get off at a station called Schöna, and Schöna is a little regional stop, and my train doesn't stop there. So I have to go as far as Decin and then double back to Schöna to catch my international ferry across the river into Czechia. I told you it got messy. Okay, let's see what we can do here for another hour and 20 minutes. I'm not a great fan of modern railway stations. I'm more of a traditional boy. But I'll tell you what, this is one impressive station, Berlin Hauptbahnhof. If you want to get lost for an hour, come here. It's on about 4 or 5 different levels and it's amazing. (13:01) to Prague, leaving from platform 1.
Warte, lass ihn erstmal durch. Ey, scheiße noch. Oh, scheiße. Ja, ja, wir fahren.
That was an interesting journey, but for the wrong reasons. Firstly, my favourite type of seat, a rear-facing compartment, and I was facing an old lady for about 2 hours. She kept staring at me, but she left at Dresden. There was no power in that car at all. The doors didn't work. When we tried to board at Berlin, we tried to go into the adjacent car, which was the restaurant car. We were told, no, you can't come in that way. Go to the other end of the car and join from there. We were then told, no, you can't do that. Join as per the restaurant car. So we finally got in, pitch black because there's no power, no lights, no air conditioning, although we were given a bottle of water. Anyway, I'm at Decin now. I've got about 35 minutes and then I'm heading back up the track again. That's my ticket to Schöna bought. I did notice on the departure board there is a bus leaving 3 minutes earlier, which actually goes along the other side of the river, and it would make a stop at Hrensko. However, it's much slower. This is the fastest way to go, and boy do I need a shower after being in that train with no air conditioning. The train will be here in approximately 20 minutes, and then I get off and I catch the ferry across to Czechia. Welcome to Hrensko. 16 hours after leaving Glasgow and 30 hours since I've had a sleep, I finally made it. And I'll tell you, I was a little bit worried on that train because I was looking at the river level and it was looking a little bit low in places, and I was thinking, oh, I really hope that ferry's running, otherwise I'm going to be catching the train back to Decin and that bus which I didn't want to catch. Anyway, I'm here and I'm going to be here for a full week. This is a gateway to Bohemian Switzerland, and there are some absolutely amazing places to visit, and that's why I'm going to be here for a full week. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because you're in for a treat. Thanks very much for coming along on this very long journey. Oh, I need some sleep. I'll see you next time.